Hey guys, welcome back to episode 13 of Good for the Soul. In this episode, I sit down with the one and only Professor Marcelo Alonso. Super excited to share this with you guys. I actually did this interview kind of at the beginning of my journey, so if you recognize some of the early nerves, that's why some things had come up, and I want to make sure that he got the chance to see the episode before putting it out there for you guys. So I'm excited, right? In my opinion, and from many I've talked to, he would be the one considered to have brought Jiu Jitsu to the Pacific Northwest. So for all my friends and family who are part of the Marcelo Alonso affiliation, maybe here's a cool opportunity to hear a little bit more about, him specifically, his journey, what he was doing. Yeah, it was a great time, and I'm super gracious of his time that he was able to sit down with me. Also at his new headquarters. So a lot of, pre-pandemic, the old school down in the kind of the basement where it was just legends were made, right? Recently changed to the new headquarters. I think it's in the University District area of Seattle, Washington. It's a beautiful facility. They got new mats. It's the new wall mats. It's gorgeous, right? So if you're in that area, you want high quality, high class jiu-jitsu, you got to take classes from him. So stop in and check it out if you're in the Seattle area. Before we jump into that, I want to remind you guys, stop by, head on over to JockoFuel.com, get yourself some awesome supplements. The strawberry protein shake is actually one of my favorites. I drink that for dessert after a good meal, right? You want that craving. The Jocko Milk it's healthy. It's a protein shake. There's no real sugar. There's no fake sugar added to it. It's sweetened with monk fruit. It's done properly, made here in the US, all the good stuff. So go to JockoFuel.com, put in Good for the Soul at checkout, and get yourself some awesome products and support yourself, right? So without further ado, here we go. Episode number 13 of Good for the Soul with Professor Marcelo Alonso.
Good.
Marcelo, thank you so much for sitting down with me, Professor. I really appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy, so it means a lot. I want to get your story out there of Jiu Jitsu because we love it so much. The theme of this sit down is good for the soul, and we know Jiu Jitsu is good for the soul.
For sure.
So I want to start off asking you, where does your love for Jiu Jitsu come from?
I believe because I grew in Brazil, I used to see everybody training Jiu-Jitsu there when I'm a little boy. I'm very lucky to live in the Carlson Gracie street in Brazil. And when I'm back from the school, I used to see the little kids with the gi play, and I don't know why that hooked me up.
It was just super fun for you at the time.
Yes, you're a little boy, you see 30 kids running around with the gis, all have fun, good time, and then I say, I want to play that style. I want to participate with that guys. I want to train together with that guys because that's a fun environment.
And when you say little kid, how old were you?
11.
11 years old.
Yes, and before that, I used to see the kids maybe before that for 3 years. But Jiu-Jitsu before, very expensive. Not the same now. Let's go pretend twice a week. Before, maybe $250.
Wow.
3 times a week, maybe 350. In a limit class every day, maybe $500.
Wow.
When I start 45 years ago.
That's a lot of money then.
And then later on, the Jiu-Jitsu get more popular. In Brazil that time, Jiu-Jitsu more for higher level class.
And were your parents okay with you training Jiu-Jitsu? They said go play with the other kids, or?
In the beginning, my parent doesn't know much about that because my daddy, he is an engineer. He used to leave at 7 a.m. just back home 7 p.m. My mother saw the little kids with the gi. She think it's so fun, so cool, and it's good for the sport, good for the soul. You play good sport. That's a good for all the kids. Good for the mind, for the soul, for good health, life.
Right. So what was that like growing up from 11 years old till late teens or 20s in a Jiu-Jitsu academy?
It's so good because again, that's a good environment. You go there, you train, you sweat, you work out, you lose weight, you building your self-confidence, and then you eat good, you have good lifestyle, in order you become a good athlete.
Awesome. So when you were training at 11 years old as a white belt, what was the difference, and what was it like training at 20 years old? You've been around, the gym 9 years at that point.
I think when I start Jiu-Jitsu just more for fun. People go to Canada for more building your self-confidence, lose weight, have fun. When I was 20, it's different. Most of the people come to Canada want compete, want be a champion.
Right.
Want say, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. That's cool. But then sometimes people try to go the shortcut. What you mean that? Before you step up for the competitions, you need to make sure you train a little bit longer for make sure you have a good foundation. Most of the people today go around and do the shortcut.
Right.
Try to compete too soon, and then he don't have good foundation, good finesse, good game.
No, that totally makes sense. Did you know at the time how important the Carlson Gracie name was?
No, I'm a little boy. I'm just looking there, fun. Everybody get together. But anyway, Carlson, he's weak. He's the only one around the world. Nobody's the same to him. When he come to the mat, he bring good energy, good vibrant. You feel power next to him, and it's unbelievable. And I'm able to compete for him. And for a few years, I need training in Barra Gracie because my school schedule. Because before in Brazil, Carlson used to teach a class Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Over there in my corner. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's halls. Grace. Anyway, for some reason, my daddy put him in the school, the second language there, and all the home school. I'm not able to train Tuesday and Thursday. I need to change my schedule for Monday and Wednesday and train with Carlos Gracie Jr. Higan Machado taught me a lot of class. Anyway, I'm able to train in both sides.
Cool.
Okay? But nothing the same you train under Carlson Gracie.
Really?
One Carlson bring you, come here, Michelle, I show you some drill. Man, that's so powerful.
That's all. That's great. You talked about competition. Do you remember your first competition?
No, look how many white hair I have, man.
Cool. How has Jiu-Jitsu grown since being in Brazil, from your perspective?
When I start Jiu-Jitsu just for sport, local sport, people do, cool people do, for self-defense, looking good. And now Jiu-Jitsu more world level because you have a higher competitions all the way around the world. That's very good for the sport. But then on the other hand, take a little bit the quality in my view because people try to jump for the competitions too fast and then miss a little bit the foundation.
Right.
Because the foundation sometimes get too boring.
Right.
Not so cool, the same defense drills.
No, totally. That makes sense. I think it can be hard for people to stick around for a long time if they don't understand what you're talking about.
Yes, because people now just want to see the fancy styles.
Right.
You know what I mean? What the world champions do. But before the world champions did that, he need to do the basic hips escape, the basic defense, the basic controls, the basic submission. That's boring. Yeah. But that make the athlete better because you have better foundation. You're able to deal with surprises better. Because when the surprise comes, you always able to deal with that because you have more knowledge, you have more foundation, you have more tools in your toolbox.
Oh, that totally makes sense. Remember, fundamentals are the most important.
For sure, guys! Back to the beginner class and help the new guys.
Yep, absolutely. So, what was it like to bring Jiu-Jitsu to the Pacific Northwest?
Very cool, because before me, Alan Goyce, a Carlson Gracie black belt, came into Northwest. I believe he's the first one, and taught some seminars. And then people's like, that's why people bring me over. It's very nice, very cool. I'm the first one. I'm able to show my technique all the way around. A lot of people challenge me with sparrings. So far, I'm lucky. I catch the guy. Anyway, I have a lot of good time and I feel a very honor. the first black belt opened a school in Northwest.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Were you nervous at all leaving Brazil for this new opportunity?
Yes and no, you know what I mean? Because I'm young, and that's a good new experience for me. In case some go wrong, I go back to daddy's house. I just go back to Brazil and start over. Anyway, it's a good opportunity for me, able to come here and study, develop the Carlson Gracie style in Northwest. And I believe I help a lot of peoples, law enforcement, army, civilians, people just want to come and building your self-confidence, lose weight, a little kids. Anyway, Jiu-Jitsu is very health life for everybody.
No, that totally makes sense. So you've been a coach for a long time, obviously at this point. What do you see that helps people stay on the mat, and or why do people leave the mat and don't come back?
I believe people sometimes leave because they have high expectation. Forget the expectation. Just come, have fun on the mat, training. Don't think about tournaments. Think about have fun, share your knowledge. You have good workout, smile, then your technique improve double. Because you don't have that all expectation, you just come for fun. Everything fun is better. You're able to learn more.
What do you think maybe is the best way to get people to get on the mat, man or woman? Like, how do we get people more excited about jiu-jitsu?
The word of mouth, how you say?
Word of mouth.
Yes, okay. Because I go there and tell my friend, man, look, I have fun. Over there's good environment. Everybody treat me good. Nobody leaving me behind. I want the place with good vibrance, good energy, good people. Plus, excuse me, you guys able to prepare yourself for surprise, because Jiu-Jitsu give you good self-defense tools with foundation, not with defense world champion drills. That's good for sport Jiu-Jitsu. Before you get that, make sure you learn good self-defense, how you defend the punch, the hooks, the guillotine, in case somebody smash you on the ground, how you able to escape. The simple survive game.
That's great. So let's say we finally get someone on the mats, they love it. It's been 2 or 3 years and you hand them a blue belt.
Yes.
Right. What's the best advice for that blue belt now?
Don't use string. Because blue belts the guys get a blue belt till I'm the man. Try hurt another one sometimes, get too excited, No, when you get the blue belt, that's a new step. Now that step, you start to show me finesse, control, because you know how to control yourself, do the drills properly with good technique, you improve yourself, and for sure you get a purple belt faster.
That's great advice. Yeah, leave that strength at the doors.
For sure,
You're no longer the spazzy white belt, but don't be the too strong blue belt.
You speak good English, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So as a coach, what are you seeing on the mats that you like, that's positive, and maybe that's negative that you don't like? Whether it's attitude, technique, what are you seeing nowadays?
I love when people's come and like share the techniques with another one. I hate when people's come here, don't talk to nobody, just think about him, don't like shake people's hand, don't say hi to nobody, just come, try train hard, hurt everybody and leave. I don't want that a clientele. I want people's come, share good time, share good experience, and help the next generation get better.
Wow, that's great advice. I mean, for anyone at any level, because you want to be a good training partner for everyone in the gym. That's a great reminder. Yeah.
I need to think about people, not just about myself.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want to do right. The same I want to do with people do with me.
Yeah.
I smile, people smile back to me. People look like that. When I spar with somebody, I try to go very soft, very nice, very gentle.
Yep.
You give him the feeling, look, don't get scared. I mean, he just for have fun, sweat, improve my technique, and help my soul.
No, that's such great advice too for brand new people coming into the gym, hey, it's okay to be calm and hang out and get to know the people. You know, having a bad attitude isn't going to help anyone on the mats.
And big advice, sometimes people just want to do fancy drills. Try stay in the foundation for maybe 3 months.
Okay.
Building blocks. Every 3 months, one block. I never trained before. I just want to come, learn the exercise, learn the basic drills, make sure I know how tight my gi for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
Don't get hurt, because a lot of people give up the first 6 months. He push himself too much, overdo, hurt himself, get frustration, and just give up.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
Those baby steps. Every day you improve yourself, you have fun, you smile, you improve your game. Oh, I want back there tomorrow, I have good time.
Right, that's
That's
great
the
advice.
point.
That's great advice, yeah, thank you. So when you were competing and rolling all the time, what was your jiu-jitsu game?
I used to love, many years ago, on bars.
Okay.
And then I changed for chokes. Now, whatever you give to me, I take.
Yeah. Did it change maybe at different times, maybe in your 20s and 30s?
Yes,
you know?
I say 20s. I used to love just on bar game. When I moved here to the America, I don't know, I use choke. I like chokes. My number one game on bars when I'm young. Now in the 30s, 40s, more collar choke. Now I like combine both ones for sit up the another one. Sometimes I fake the chokes, forget the arm. Sometimes I go the arm, forget the choke. Back and forth.
I like that. So I've heard your nickname in Brazil was the encyclopedia. You just had a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, because I'm lucky. I used training with the top guys. Anyone have my chance, will be encyclopedia.
So when you
I'm nothing extra just because I grow with the top guys. I'm there every day. I'm a little kid, sit there and watch all the top guys. Some people you guys never heard the name before.
what names were those?
Peixotinho, Márcio Stambovski, Rosado, Rosentauro, Cássio Cardoso, all the old Carlson Gracie generation. Man, the guys, Delta Force. You want to compare? Delta businessmen, rich guys, training with poor guys. Everybody's the same.
Wow.
When you step in the mat, you don't care how much money you have, what's your religion, what's your color, everybody's the same, kill each other, and after that everybody hug each other and have so much fun.
That's amazing.
So I miss that time.
Yeah.
I miss that time.
Yeah.
People, I believe, more friends.
Yeah.
Any problem I have, 24/7, I call you, and 5 minutes you in my door for take care of the business.
Yep. Cool. That's a great feeling to have.
Your family, before is a big family.
I like that. So when you came here, after watching and training for years, did you ever have moments, eureka moments I call them, when you maybe discovered something new on jiu-jitsu that someone had not shown you before?
Yes, because I trained for so many years. I don't say I discover because my style, because I want to show some new things to my student. Sometimes I come with different games. Sometimes I see my students do some and say, show me again. Ooh, I like that.
Yep.
And then new things come up. Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now grow everywhere because everyone have different styles. Everyone likes set up the game different. And then the Jiu-Jitsu grows so much.
Yeah.
So much.
That's super important. And I think one thing you mentioned, the growth of jiu-jitsu, I want to try to draw more people, children, men and women, into jiu-jitsu. But I think sometimes women have a more difficult time making that leap to walk through the doors for the first time. Do you have any advice for women listening that may want to try jiu-jitsu?
It starts just with self-defense. Sometimes the ground game on the ground gets scary for different cultures. Okay, and then when you able to open your mind and learn the ground game, is very good for self-defense for women.
That's a great advice.
I believe the first option for people to feel more confident start just with self-defense.
Okay. That's great advice.
Then you study, get more confident with the training. And then you're able to jump for the ground game.
Awesome. Yeah, that's advice I'm going to give my mom, because she heard me talking recently. She said, I want to try jiu-jitsu. Where do I start? So
yeah, she don't want to roll with that guy's on the ground. Who's your daddy? No.
Right.
Just self-defense. Somebody hold your wrist, how you break that. Somebody hold you from behind, for the front. Somebody try to punch you. Just the basic self-defense. Because then you see that how important the self-defense for your life. How good for your soul, for your body, for your health. Because then you study play the sport, you study work out, you study eat good, you study have health life. Because you like jiu-jitsu.
Right, that totally makes sense. Did you learn those self-defense techniques originally from Carlson Gracie, or did you develop some on your own as well?
I say 80% for Carlson Gracie, 20% in different places. And I used taught Ranger, Special Force, Police Department. I developed a little bit the weapon retention.
Cool.
With all the knowledge I have, with all the styles, all the training, some people started asking me for the Ranger Battalion, Special Force, how we do this? And then I started thinking. And I started develop simple weapon retention game.
Wow, that's wonderful. So one thing I'm curious about from your perspective, because you've been around jiu-jitsu for many years, if you could change one thing about the jiu-jitsu community as a whole, what would that be?
Before you compete, you need to train 2 years.
Why is that?
Because I believe a lot of competition take the finesse away. People start to compete too fast. Sometimes people get a little too cocky. Oh, I'm a champion, I'm this. You train jiu-jitsu for building your soul, and you come here for have fun. You know what I mean? You come here just for relax, and then after that you're able to compete. Competition is good, on the other hand it's bad. So you start to compete too fast, your finesse go back a little bit.
That makes sense.
In case you say, change one thing, guys, the first 2 years they are jiu-jitsu, just train, have fun, try to learn a lot of drills, make sure when you train you don't hurt nobody.
That's great advice.
And don't get hurt.
That's great advice. Well, it's kind of funny, something you mentioned makes me think. We all know that white belt who's been training for 6 months, that goes and wins another white belt tournament, they're the champion now, and then they're walk around chest big and have that attitude. So yeah, that would be a very interesting thing to implement. No competition for 2 years.
And you know, one big thing, every single one come to the academy, make sure leave your ego outside. Then you grow fast.
That's awesome. So to close out, outside of jiu-jitsu, what do you personally do that's good for the soul?
I have very simple life. Academy, family. That's it. I come to the academy, work. After done, I go enjoy my life with my family. Family, academy, that's my 2 pillars for my big bridge. Good family, good students, good academy. I don't need nothing anymore.
That's wonderful. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit
very,
down with
very
me.
much.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Professor.
you.
I appreciate it.
Oh,
And congratulations.
who's your daddy?
Congratulations on the opening of the new headquarters. It's a beautiful facility. I'm looking forward to seeing it grow over the years. Well,
Thank you very much.
Sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, if you've made it this far along, finished the interview, I just want to thank you again for supporting me along this journey, and hopefully you got something awesome out of that interview. I really enjoyed doing these, learning so much about life, jiu-jitsu, and everyone has such a unique and interesting perspective. So I hope you got something out of that that you can take with you. And one last reminder, for 10% off on any Jocko Fuel products or Origin USA products, go to jockofuel.com or originusa.com. Support yourself by getting some awesome products, supplements, protein shakes, greens, all that good stuff. It helps support me along this journey, and again, supports yourself and an American-made company. So yeah, jockofuel.com. Check it out, guys. Thank you very much.